Hi, everybody. It's a new year, 2023, and this is the first video I've made for this new year. If you are new to my channel, I'm Linda Carroll. I am a mixed media collage artist and instructor, and I'm glad you're here. If you're returning, hi there. I know I've been gone for a while. And this year, I'm going to start with talking to you about what's on my desk and my table that I work on and film on, and share with you some of the new things that I have and what I'm going to be doing going into this new year. And I'm going to talk about my word of the year, which came to me through a painting that I'm almost finished working on. And I'll get to that in just a minute. So it's good to be back. I'm glad you're here. And I'm going to switch the camera to overhead so you can see what is on my desk. Just a minute. Okay, first on my desk, I have a new notebook that was given to me, gifted to me by my sister-in-law, Laura. Thanks, Laura, if you're watching. And I've decided to use this for my everyday notes, so I can keep them all in one place. And you might wonder what this little guy's doing up here. This was not on the journal that she gave to me. This was a sticker that a friend gave to me, and I had on a plastic glass that I use every day for water. Unfortunately, I dropped the glass and it broke. So I took my little T-Rex off of the glass, and I just couldn't throw it away, so it ended up on my journal. T is a nickname that my sister-in-law gave me, not Laura, another sister-in-law, Mel, because I have such short arms and I can't reach anything, and I am short. So that is a little fun little joke amongst the family that my nickname is T. So first of all, I opened it up and I wanted to start this new notebook with my word of the year. And I started thinking about my past words of the year, and I had to go back in my journals and find them. So this is a list of my previous words of the year, starting with 2014, and that was completion. 2015 was creative focus, 2016 open, 2017 joy, 2018 passion, 2019 I could not find a word of the year, and I believe that is because I was on a cruise on the new year, and I didn't do that for some reason. 2020 was nest, 2021 mindfulness, 2022 cracking open, and 2023 my word of the year is breakthrough. So I'm going to talk about that a little bit. I've ordered some new books, and this one I felt it was interesting because it compares art to yoga, which I see yoga as movement as an art in itself. And I'm going to read through this. I keep getting this little nudge from the universe that I should really do some yoga. These little messages keep coming up on my phone. So we'll see what happens. Maybe this will inspire me. But it's called Art as Contemplative Practice, Expressive Pathways to the Self. And I realized that my art truly is expressive art. Most of my art is not viewed or created as something that will hang in a gallery or on the walls of a museum. but I look at it as very healing, and to express my inner being, my soul, and to work with others, to help them express their own feelings as well as the deepest part of themselves, not disregarding the outside world by any means, because it's our communication with this outside world that mirrors back to us how we're feeling inside. So it's getting that balance in my life, and that is so important to me. And that's one reason I love collage, because one thing I'm always looking for when I am creating is the balance in the work, whether it's surrealistic or abstract or magical, whatever it is. I'm always looking for that balance. So I found this book, and I order a lot of my books through Thrift Books. I don't know if you're familiar with the Thrift Books website, but I find a lot of great books at reduced prices, and most of the time I do get free shipping. So I found The Creative Connection, and as I was looking through this, I went, well, okay, this is something. This is expressive art. And I said to myself, well, you practice this naturally. So basically, I'm reading through here to validate the artwork that I do. Not that it needs it, but it always makes me feel good, and it makes me feel my self-worth if I can get some validation on the techniques that I'm teaching, on some of the ideas that I have. So I'm starting this new book, and one thing that's part of my process is I love research. And I was researching the word breakthrough, and I came across this book by David Nurse called Breakthrough. And it's a surefire guide to realizing your potential, pushing through limitations, and achieving things you didn't know were possible, which to me is magic. And I read some reviews, and I read some parts of the book, and I thought, well, he's talking about business and sports, and I don't know if I really want to read this, but I know that there are some gifts to me in this book, or it wouldn't have come out in my research. So I'm really looking forward to reading this, and maybe following some of the suggestions and guides in this book throughout the year. Finally, I received this magazine in the mail. Let's see, I got it yesterday. And this is Uppercase Magazine. If you have not seen this magazine, I suggest you go online and find Uppercase and just look through the pages. It's online and you can see it. It is beautiful. It is beautifully written. It is beautifully illustrated. I always find articles in here that speak to me, and in this particular journal, which was about music and how music affects artwork or influences artwork or helps create artwork, I have my second piece of artwork in this magazine. So this is another breakthrough for me, and to see my work in a national magazine of this high quality, wow, I can't tell you how great that makes me feel, that this particular piece, which is one of my favorite collages that I've ever done, is now out there. More people are able to see it. And I wrote a paragraph when I sent this in to be considered for this magazine. And the title is Anthem. And I wrote, Leonard Cohen's solemn voice and lyrics move my soul. To me, Anthem is the most powerful piece of music about hope that I have ever heard. Throughout my life, I have struggled for perfection. Somewhere in my younger years, I was made to feel that I had to be perfect. The perfect little girl, the perfect daughter, the perfect wife, the perfect teacher, the perfect artist, in order to gain approval, be accepted, or be deserving of love. Anthem recognizes the imperfections in our world, our lives, and our being. Those cracks let the light shine on our emotions and our fears. The song encourages us to embrace them, honor them, and let them go. I realize that I don't have to be perfect to be happy, accepted, successful, or loved. Ring the bells, make the art, rejoice in love and hope. I hope that you will take a look at this magazine and subscribe. This is totally supported by subscriptions, and these subscriptions are not cheap, but the quality of work and the quality of the articles in uppercase is amazing. And I keep mine on a shelf altogether, and I'm gradually ordering back issues when they're available. Okay, so that's that. And without further ado, here is my word of the year collage, breakthrough. And I did videotape this process, and I'm going to play that for you. There is no talking, so I'm just going to put music on and show you my process for creating this. It will be speeded up. And then I'm going to talk to you about the meaningfulness of this page to me, and also some symbols that are in this particular page. So I hope you enjoy this, and I hope you'll stay with me until the end when I talk about the symbols that I expressed and the Okay, breakthrough. It can be a little bit unnerving when I think about that word, breakthrough. But it's a word that I'm ready for, and it's something I'm ready to accept on my journey here. I know I've had many breakthroughs in the past, but I probably wasn't as aware as I am now. And this particular word of the year is linked very strongly with my words from last year, which were cracking open. And I carried that through into this collage. And the first thing that I imagined were rocks and breaking through the rocks. And you know, when you go for a walk and you see a little plant or a little tree that's managed to push its way up through this crack in the wall or this crack in the road or sidewalk. And what a struggle that little plant had to rise up through that crack and find its way to the light. When I chose these pieces, these collage pieces, I did it with the intention of expressing breakthrough. And when I first started it, I only had this image of this tree and these rocks. And then as I was going through a magazine, I found this image. Actually, it was a book, this image of reaching up, of pushing up, of arising out of. And it just captured my imagination. And I needed to include that in this collage. And you saw me go through my borders that I have cut out, paper strips that I've cut out to find pieces to use in the border. And when I found this hand reaching up through this greenery, it was just one more little wink from the universe that yes, you're going in the right direction. And when I chose the letters for breakthrough, I chose 2 or 3 or 4 of each letter and laid them out, and then chose the letters for the word breakthrough. And as I was sitting here, I had all these other letters, and they began to jumble together and move around on the page. And I thought, they looked so great. They added more color. They added movement to the page. So I have the movement of going up and then these pieces falling down from the word breakthrough. And I fell in love with that. So I glued them down in place. And what can I say? The next thing I did was I started looking in the background. I very intuitively put text in the background so that I didn't have any empty spaces in the background when I started the collage. And at first I thought it was too busy, but I think I love it just as a layer in the background, and I can go in and find words in here. And her father, one way or another, cared, beauty. Her mother, let's see, possession of him, space, darkness, vague. And I think from these words, I can make a very freestyle poem that will speak to me as well. And I think I'm going to go ahead and do that tonight. But I wanted to share my first collage, really, of 2023. I've been working at cleaning up my studio. I've been working on completing my painting that inspired this collage. And so this is indeed my first collage of 2023. And I put the year down here so that as we move forward, um, we can, I can look back and see what I was thinking, what I was doing. I'm going to make a commitment this year to be aware of the little breakthroughs I have every day, and then the larger breakthroughs that really gets me to more of experiencing my own true self, my authentic self. And because to me, that is one thing that I'm working on this year, to be more true of my own nature, to be more authentic to you and authentic in my life, and also know that these breakthrough experiences will break barriers that keep us from being our true authentic selves. And they may be barriers that we've had within ourselves for a long time. They may be barriers that present itself in the moment. But to be aware of those barriers so that then the breakthrough can happen is going to be my intention of this year, and what will be expressed in a lot of the collages that I do this year. So that's it for this particular collage and this particular video. I am going to go in and do some embellishment of this, and I may share that in a shorter video later in the week. But for now, I'm going to leave you with my word of the year: breakthrough. I hope you all are having a great week and a great new year full of breakthroughs and awareness and gratitude. I will see you again really soon. Bye for now. Many blessings to you.